Okay, let's think about the closer moon a little bit more. Because we're closer to it, it turns out that the year would be shorter. The, the time it takes for anything to orbit around a star or a moon to orbit around a planet, the closer the two bodies are, the more quickly they orbit. So, with the Earth orbiting a lower mass star, the year wouldn't be 365 days long. It might be something like 100 days or so. Um, I talked earlier about having to be at the right distance from the star so that water is liquid on the surface. And that region around any star where water can be liquid on the surface is called the habitable zone. We are in the habitable zone of the sun today. When would be orbiting a lower mass star, we would have to be closer, the habitable zone would be closer to that star. And likewise, if the star was hotter, have to be farther away. The tides, the question about tides, remember this Earth is closer to this lower mass star. This Earth is rotating, spinning, at exactly the same rate that it orbits, which is to say that it surface of the Earth rotates once a year instead of once a day. So the Earth would still be spinning, but very, very slowly, once every 100 Earth days. And the question then is, what about tides? Well, the answer is, if there was no moon, there would be no tides at all on that world. If there was a moon, then yes, there would be tides created by the moon. But let's just focus on the planet and the star. Because the Earth is rotating at exactly the same rate that it orbits, the water on the star's side stays directly underneath it as a high tide as it goes around, which is not the same as happens on the Earth. Remember, the Earth is spinning so fast that the water is pulled ahead of the moon in our case. But for this world with the cooler star and the closer Earth, the high tides are exactly synchronized to the rotation. There would no longer be any tides due to that star. And the location of the habitable part of the planet and that ring around it, well, the Earth, if this is the Earth and this is the star, this is the ring around it where there would be liquid water. That would be with the sun way over near the edge of the land, which is to say that the habitable part of that world would be in continual, the sun would be just not setting or rising, but just hovering there over the Earth as seen from the habitable zone of that world, near the horizon all the time.